Ladies and gentlemen, age is inevitable, but the way you experience it is entirely within your control. The world tells you that aging is a decline, a slow descent into irrelevance, a process that strips you of beauty, purpose, and vitality. But that is a lie. Staying young as an old woman is not about denying reality, it is about mastering it. It is about cultivating habits, mindsets, and disciplines that allow you to defy expectations and maintain the vibrancy that so many people surrender without a fight. Humor is not just a tool for amusement, it is a shield, a weapon, and a bridge to understanding. It allows people to navigate through life's inevitable hardships, offering a fresh perspective even in the most difficult situations. The ability to laugh, even when things seem bleak, is what keeps the human spirit resilient. A sense of humor is not about avoiding reality, but about confronting it with a lighter heart, turning pain into wisdom and chaos into something manageable. From childhood, laughter is the first form of connection. Babies laugh before they even learn to speak, using it as a universal language that transcends barriers. As people grow older, the world demands seriousness, responsibility, and caution, slowly eroding this natural instinct. Those who hold on to their humor, however, find that they can face life's demands without losing themselves. They carry the gift of seeing the absurdity in stressful moments, making the unbearable more bearable. Life will always present its share of frustrations, disappointments, failures, betrayals, and losses. The difference between those who crumble under the weight of these realities and those who rise again often lies in their ability to find humor in adversity. A person who can laugh at their own misfortunes prevents bitterness from taking root. They acknowledge hardship, but they refuse to let it define them, choosing instead to extract the humor hidden within even the most challenging experiences. Relationships flourish when humor is present. A shared laugh can dissolve tension, heal wounds, and bring people closer together. Couples who joke with each other tend to have stronger bonds. Families who embrace laughter handle struggles with more unity, and friendships fortified by humor can endure even the most trying of times. In contrast, those who take everything too seriously often find themselves isolated, weighed down by stress that humor could have softened. The workplace, often seen as an environment for professionalism and structure, also benefits from humor. Leaders who can make their teams laugh create a culture of ease, making productivity and creativity thrive. A well-placed joke can break through tension in meetings, turning obstacles into opportunities. Employees who can laugh at setbacks maintain motivation, pushing through difficulties with a mindset that allows for adaptation rather than despair. Aging is another battle where humor proves to be a powerful ally. As time leaves its marks, gray hairs, slower reflexes, and unexpected aches, those who can laugh at these inevitable changes experience a more joyful existence. They understand that resisting time is futile, but embracing it with humor makes the journey far more enjoyable. They find joy in their quirks rather than embarrassment, creating an atmosphere where others feel at ease around them. Humor also plays a significant role in mental health. The weight of anxiety and depression can be lightened by moments of genuine laughter, even if brief. It is not a cure but a salve that reminds people that there is still something worth enjoying. Those who seek humor actively through books, conversations, movies, or even their own reflections equip themselves with an emotional toolkit that prevents them from sinking into despair. It is often said that laughter is contagious, and this is true in the most profound way. A person who brings humor into a room shifts its entire atmosphere. They have the ability to break down walls of tension, invite openness, and create an environment where others feel safe. Their presence alone reminds people that life is not just about struggle and survival, but also about joy and connection. Humor disarms hostility. When faced with conflict, those who use wit rather than anger gain the upper hand. It prevents arguments from escalating, turns confrontations into conversations, and can even shift the perspectives of those involved. The person who meets aggression with humor does not lose their power, they enhance it by keeping control of the situation while neutralizing negativity. Even in times of grief, humor can serve as a gentle companion. It does not erase pain, but it provides small moments of relief. Families grieving a loss often find comfort in shared memories that bring both tears and laughter. A joke made in the middle of sorrow can feel like a lifeline, reminding those affected that despite their suffering, joy can still exist in small, precious moments. Children are natural comedians, finding amusement in the simplest things. Watching them reminds adults of what they once had and what they can reclaim. The ability to be playful, to see humor in the ordinary, to embrace laughter without reservation, these are not just qualities of youth, but of those who refuse to let life's difficulties steal their spirit. It is a mindset, not an age, that determines whether a person keeps their humor alive. In every culture, throughout history, humor has been a cornerstone of resilience. From ancient philosophers to modern comedians, those who can make people laugh have always been revered. They hold up a mirror to society, pointing out its flaws with wit rather than judgment. They offer a perspective that is both insightful and entertaining, proving that wisdom and humor often go hand in hand. A life without purpose is a life that slowly fades into insignificance. Purpose is not merely a destination or an accomplishment. It is the driving force that keeps people moving forward, no matter their age or circumstances. When people lose their sense of purpose, they begin to drift, weighed down by monotony and the creeping feeling that they no longer matter. But the truth is, as long as there is breath in your body, your story is still being written, and your presence still holds meaning. Many believe that purpose is something only the young must find, as though once a person has reached a certain stage in life, their contribution is no longer needed. This is one of the greatest lies that society tells, and it is one that leads many into unnecessary despair. Purpose is not tied to youth, nor does it fade with age. It evolves, adapts, and takes new forms as the seasons of life change, but it never truly disappears unless a person chooses to abandon it. The world is filled with people who have convinced themselves that their best years are behind them. They look back with nostalgia, feeling as though they have already accomplished all that they could, or worse, that they have failed to accomplish enough. This kind of thinking is a trap, a self-imposed limitation that prevents growth. The past is valuable, but it is not where life is meant to be lived. The present still offers opportunities, and the future still awaits those willing to embrace it. One of the most powerful realizations a person can have is that their purpose does not need to be grand or world-changing to be meaningful. Not every purpose is about achieving fame, wealth, or recognition. Some of the greatest purposes in life come in the form of small, everyday actions guiding someone who is lost, passing on wisdom, creating something that brings joy, or simply showing kindness in a world that desperately needs it. The size of the purpose does not matter. What matters is that it exists. Purpose is not just about what a person does, it is about who they become. Many search for meaning outside of themselves, looking for a title, a role, or an achievement to define them. But true purpose is internal. It is the fire that pushes a person to wake up each morning with a reason to move, to grow, to contribute in some way. It is what makes life rich, regardless of external circumstances. Without it, even the most comfortable existence can feel empty. There are those who reach a certain stage in life and begin to believe that they are too old to start again. They convince themselves that new dreams are only for the young, that opportunities have passed them by. But history is filled with examples of individuals who found purpose long after most would have considered it too late. Purpose does not recognize age, it only recognizes willingness. The moment a person chooses to pursue something meaningful, they are alive in the truest sense. One of the greatest tragedies is watching someone give up on themselves before life has given up on them. They settle into routines that bring them no joy, convince themselves that they are no longer needed, and slowly withdraw from the world. But the world still needs them. There is still something they can offer, still lessons to teach, still ways to inspire. A person does not stop being valuable simply because they have reached a certain number of years. Their existence alone is proof that there is still more for them to do. Purpose is what allows a person to endure hardship when challenges arise, when failures happen, when life seems unbearably difficult. Purpose is what keeps people moving forward. It provides direction when everything feels uncertain and strength when everything feels overwhelming. Those without purpose crumble under pressure, while those who hold on to meaning find a way through even the darkest of times. It is not about avoiding struggle, but about having a reason to keep fighting through it. For many, purpose is found in service to others. When a person shifts their focus from themselves to those around them, they often discover a deeper sense of fulfillment than they ever expected. Teaching, mentoring, encouraging, building, healing. These are all ways in which purpose can manifest. It is not always about personal gain, but about contribution. Those who dedicate themselves to something greater than their own desires often find that in giving they receive far more than they ever imagined. Creativity, learning, and curiosity are also powerful sources of purpose. A person who continues to explore new ideas, challenge themselves, and seek knowledge never truly feels stagnant. They remain engaged with life, finding joy in the act of discovery. Whether through art, writing, music, invention, or simply expanding their understanding of the world, those who keep learning keep growing. And as long as a person is growing, they are not finished.